Artery blockages don't always announce themselves with dramatic warning signs. In many cases, they develop quietly over years, narrowing blood vessels little by little, while the body adapts just enough to mask the danger. This is what makes them so deadly. By the time a major symptom appears, the blockage may already be severe. Understanding the silent signals your body sends can mean the difference between early intervention and a life-threatening emergency. Arteries are the highways that deliver oxygen-rich blood to every organ. When fatty deposits, cholesterol, calcium, and inflammatory cells build up along their walls, a condition called atherosclerosis develops. Blood flow becomes restricted, tissues receive less oxygen, and organs begin to struggle often without obvious pain. The symptoms depend on which arteries are affected, but the underlying problem is the same. Your body is being slowly starved of what it needs to function. One of the most overlooked warning signs is unusual fatigue. This is not the normal tiredness that comes after a long day. It's a deep, persistent exhaustion that seems out of proportion to your activity level. When arteries are narrowed, the heart must work harder to pump blood through the body. Muscles and organs receive less oxygen, forcing them to operate inefficiently. Many people dismiss this as stress, aging, or poor sleep. But unexplained fatigue can be an early indicator that circulation is compromised. Shortness of breath during mild activity is another subtle clue. Walking up a short flight of stairs or carrying groceries shouldn't leave you gasping. When coronary arteries are partially blocked, the heart muscle itself doesn't get enough oxygen. This can cause breathlessness long before chest pain appears. People often assume they are simply out of shape, delaying medical evaluation until the blockage becomes critical. Chest discomfort doesn't always feel like sharp pain. In fact, many people with artery blockages experience vague pressure, tightness, or a burning sensation that comes and goes. It may feel like indigestion, heartburn, or muscle strain. Because it's mild or inconsistent, it's easy to ignore. However, this discomfort, especially if triggered by exertion or stress, can signal reduced blood flow to the heart. Pain or weakness in the legs while walking, known as claudication, is a classic but often ignored sign of peripheral artery disease. When leg arteries are narrowed, muscles don't get enough blood during movement. The result is cramping, heaviness, or aching that improves with rest. Many people attribute this to aging, arthritis, or muscle fatigue, not realizing it reflects a serious circulation problem that also increases the risk of heart attack and stroke. Cold hands and feet can also be a warning sign. Poor circulation due to narrowed arteries reduces blood flow to extremities, making them feel cold even in warm environments. In some cases, skin may appear pale or bluish. This symptom is frequently blamed on weather or poor circulation in general, but persistent coldness may indicate arterial narrowing that deserves attention. Erectile dysfunction in men is another silent but significant signal. Healthy blood flow is essential for normal sexual function. Because penile arteries are smaller than coronary arteries, they may show signs of blockage earlier. Erectile dysfunction can appear years before a heart attack, acting as an early warning system for widespread vascular disease. Frequent dizziness or lightheadedness may point to reduced blood flow to the brain. When carotid arteries in the neck become narrowed, the brain may not receive adequate oxygen, especially during sudden movements or exertion. This can also present as brief confusion, difficulty concentrating, or momentary vision disturbances. These symptoms are sometimes brushed off as dehydration or fatigue, but they may be precursors to a stroke. High blood pressure itself can be both a cause and a consequence of artery blockages. As arteries stiffen and narrow, the heart must pump harder to push blood through, raising pressure. Many people feel no symptoms from high blood pressure, earning it the nickname the silent killer. Over time, it accelerates arterial damage, creating a dangerous cycle. Slow healing wounds, particularly on the feet or legs, can signal poor blood flow. When circulation is compromised, the body struggles to deliver oxygen and nutrients needed for tissue repair. Cuts or sores that linger for weeks should not be ignored, especially in people with diabetes or a history of smoking. Even subtle changes in skin texture or color can be meaningful. Shiny skin, hair loss on the legs, or thickened toenails may indicate reduced circulation over time. These signs develop gradually and are often overlooked, yet they reflect chronic arterial insufficiency. The danger of silent artery blockages lies in their unpredictability. A plaque that causes minimal symptoms can suddenly rupture, triggering a blood clot that completely blocks an artery. This is how many heart attacks and strokes occur without warning. That's why recognizing early signs is so important. Risk factors such as smoking, diabetes, high cholesterol, obesity, chronic stress, and a sedentary lifestyle greatly increase the likelihood of developing arterial blockages. Family history also plays a role. However, even people who appear healthy can develop atherosclerosis, making awareness essential for everyone. The good news is that early detection can save lives. Lifestyle changes, increasing physical activity, managing stress, quitting smoking, and controlling blood pressure and blood sugar can slow, or even partially reverse arterial damage. Medical tests such as cholesterol panels, blood pressure monitoring, coronary calcium scans, and ultrasound imaging can identify problems before they become emergencies. Listening to your body is critical. Symptoms don't need to be dramatic to be dangerous. Persistent fatigue, mild breathlessness, leg discomfort, or unexplained changes in circulation are not normal parts of aging. They are messages. Taking them seriously and seeking medical evaluation can prevent irreversible damage. Artery blockages thrive in silence, but they don't have to win. Awareness, early action, and consistent care can turn these quiet warnings into opportunities for prevention. Ignoring them, on the other hand, can allow a hidden problem to become a life-altering event without warning.